Kevin Harrington helped to change the way we watch TV. That's the year he produced one of the very first infomercials. And for more than a decade now, AsSeenOnTV.com has been the source of some impressive innovations. Kevin is an entrepreneur and chairman of AsSeenOnTV.com, and he joins us now. Kevin, good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me today.
How many pitches do you get in a month, and how do you know, which tomato slicer is really going to be a huge success and which one isn't?
Great question. Over 1,000 people a month come to our website looking for distribution for their product, and we look first of all for a mass market problem solver. You know, the invention community is the backbone of America in my world, and if it solves a problem, it's going to have a very good possibility to make it in the marketplace. It should also be unique enough such that there's nothing else out there that solves the problem in a similar fashion. And we also look for a magical transformation, something that really gives you something exciting and before and after kind of thing. Last thing we look for, product testing. It's important that the product works. It's got to be really a good product, and we want to see testimonials, doctors, and testing labs, and those kinds of things, clinical studies, and those, to back up the efficacy of the product.
You get called the infomercial king. When did you yourself know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur? Oh,
I started my first business when I was 15 years old. So I was, I guess, in high school. So it was a lot of fun. It was a summer business and driveway sealing. It was just kind of a crazy thing to do.
How do you come up with driveway sealing?
Well, I lived in Ohio. When it got cold, the cracks, the water got in there, and when it froze, they got bigger. And so I said, let's seal those cracks before that happened. So it was just something to make some money, but it became a nice little business for me as a young entrepreneur.
You know, it's funny that, there are a lot of infomercials out there that really become sort of these cultural touchstones, and people remember the Ginsu knives and things like that. When you look back at your career, what was sort of the runaway success that you didn't expect, and what was the biggest bomb?
Well, the biggest hit I ever had was Tony Little. And Tony Little, he was a bodybuilder, he was a personal trainer, but we said, hey, you can become America's personal trainer. And that Gazelle was over $1 billion product.
Wow.
And, many of the things Tony did. One of the biggest bombs was in the fitness business also, and actually in a similar fashion, Chubby Checker did a product called the Twisticizer, and it just didn't work. Okay, so
when he came to you with that, how did you react to that?
Well, I thought it might, because it had a little phonograph kind of movement to it, and he was the twist,
Sure.
So, but he just, Tony Little was a super salesman. Chubby was a great artist, but he just didn't transcend into the selling side of the business. So.
And obviously, you're looking for products that make for good TV. There might be something that works really well, but if it can't sustain a half-hour infomercial where you're looking at it from this angle and that angle and how does it work, it's not really going to fit into your category.
Well, no, see, the industry has changed so much today. Right now, for example, at AsSeenOnTV.com, we get over 15 million unique visitors to that site. And infomercials are no longer just television. It's now internet-based. There's about 40 to 50% of our sales actually come from the internet. So there's internet TV channels. There's even on TV, you've got fishing channels and golf channels and hunting channels and all these niche channels.
So how do you drive people to your website? I mean, you put the infomercials out on there on TV, and people would stumble on them sort of by accident. But how do you drive them to the website?
Well, there's a lot of social media activities, the Facebooks of the world, and social media digital agencies are huge. We used to use just regular media agencies, TV buying agencies. Now digital is its own business all unto itself. Very, very powerful.
Fascinating business. Kevin Harrington, thanks so much for being with us this morning. We really appreciate it.